So hello everybody, how are you today? It is Friday, so it's time for another DAX Fridays, a new DAX function every single Friday. And in today's DAX Fridays, I thought this is going to be easy. You know, it's Power Week, so the Power BI team has released a new Power BI desktop update, and it is a new function that is FIRSTNONBLANK and LASTNONBLANK. And I said, ooh, easy. Well, nothing is easy with DAX. Let me tell you that. Okay, grab a cup of coffee. Let's get started. Here's the thing. I have a very simple table here. We have date, sales, and then month and year. That's it. Nothing else. And we're going to start doing some DAX thing. The first thing we're going to do is go to the documentation and check this first non-blank. First non-blank is returns the first value in the column filtered by the current context where the expression is not blank. So it returns the first value from here, from the column, okay? Where the result of this is not blank. Got it? Okay. Now, first not blank. I have it here. So first non-blank, sales date, total sales. Now think about it. What value do you expect to get? If we look in here, the first value where sales is not blank for date is this one, right? So that's the one that we expect. We put it in there. And do it as a card. And that's exactly what we get. Wonderful. I'm going to show you at the end a way that you don't get that value and you don't have to tell me why. But we do that at the end. So this works. Perfect. We have the first non-blank value. Now, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but instead of putting in the column here, instead of feeding date, I'm going to feed month. And hold your horses. Because what you're about to see. Now, if I go in here, before we unveil the results, if I go in here and I go to month, the first non-blank value for month, it is January, right? So sales, January. So I expect to get January. Did I get January? I got February. Yay, DAX. What happened? Yeah, well, that's when you have to start investigating. What is going on? Why do I get February when I'm supposed to get January, right? You can see it on the table. It's January. What is it saying February? So go back here and it says, it returns the first value in the column filtered by the current context. Whatever that means. Here's what's going on. If you think about it, it's sorting the table, and you might think, okay, it's sorting the table by either date or it's just going into the order. If you remember what I said before, VertiPack, the engine that runs with DAX, it just compresses everything and just keeps index or where things are. So it doesn't have a table like that. It just have like a compressed version of it. That's why it's so fast and it can hold so much data. Which means that it doesn't know what the first value is. But what it's doing, if you sort the column month, what do you get? Let's sort it. You get December, and then you get February, and then you get February. And the first non-blank month, if you sort by month, is February. You know, VertiPack is a column-based engine. So I'm guessing that it's just looking at February and say, hey, February, I'm sorting February as you told me. Or I'm sorting month as you told me. And then February is the first one. Here you go. They're like, no, that's not what we want. That's not what we want, right? And if we put first non-blank value of the year, because it is stored as text, but I guess it kind of understands that it's numbers and is giving us not first non-blank value, first non-blank year. That's the one. We put it in there and we get 2020, which is correct. It is 2020. 2019 doesn't have any value, so it's 2020. We got that right. Thank God. Okay. Now, difference between first non-blank and first non-blank value. If we go to the documentation, you're going to see that first non-blank is the first value of the column, while first non-blank value gets the first value of the expression. Okay, so it says evaluates an expression filtered by the sorted values of a column. So it sorts this, and whatever value it gets, it brings down. Okay. So what it's actually doing, if we get again the first non-blank date there, but we're going to modify it a little. Let's say value. So what it's doing is this gets us the date. And what we want now is not the date, but the value of the sales. What you would normally do, you would put a calculate and then the sales. And then this will bring that one and it will give us the sales for that date, right? And then that should give us, let's sort by date, that should give us 40, right? And let's see if we got it right. It gave us 40, which is fantastic. Okay, what happened here? Oh, I changed it. Oh, I changed it what it was. But you see, right? So if we go to first non-blank value, I mean, if we use first non-blank value instead of first non-blank, is the same as, so this is the same as this. Okay? So that's it. It's just syntax sugar for getting the results of the value. Wonderful. Now, first non-blank value of the month, not that one, first non-blank value of the month. So what we're doing here is we're using first non-blank value, this time we're using value of the column month. Now, again, we need to sort this February, because that's the way it gets sorted. So February, it is 50, which that's not what you would expect. You would expect to have January 40, but it's not. So you have to be very careful on how things are getting sorted. First, you have to understand how DAX is going to sort, and then you will have to understand what the results is. But the fact that it gives you 50 is to give you an idea that it's February, right? So it is sorting by February instead. And then we have first non-blank value of the year. I'm giving you a headache, right? And of the year, the value is 52. So maybe when it's sorting the year, it's actually getting the month. I don't know how it's getting 50. I don't know how he's sorting the year. I have no idea. But he's getting February 1st because the 50 is February. So if you know how he sorts year, let me know. But it's a text, so who knows how he's sorting it. So you have to be very careful as how things get sorted in the background to get the correct result. Who knew that? Anyhow, now you know the difference between first blank and first non-blank and first non-blank value. Now, the last one that I'm going to give you as a homework. You tell me why this is going on. Again, we want A, we're expecting B. What's going on? Let me show you one more. Let's go back here and do our original first non-blank. Okay, so we have here first non-blank. I'm going to put it like that. First non-blank, sales date, total sales. And this is giving us what we expect, which is the first non-blank for the date, which is this one, right? Now, if instead of having a measure, I put the sum of sales, which is not a measure, right? What happens? Let me show you. We get the 31st of December, which does have a blank value. It is Friday, I know, I'm sorry. But now, go think about it and let me know in the comment box, what do you think is going on? Okay, now you need to do some investigation to understand why we're getting something different when we have a measure that has calculated and we have one that does not. This is all for today. I'm sorry about giving you a headache. I also thought that this was going to be an easy video, but again, it is DAX. Easy does not exist. So have a great weekend. I will see you again on Monday. And until then, take care. Bye bye.